Have you ever procrastinated?
Yes, I think everybody has really. If you say you haven't, you're lying. But yeah, I've throughout my whole life I've procrastinated. It's just something that just happens. You don't really plan on it, or sometimes you do. It just happens.
My name's Chris Wright. I'm a freshman, and my major is undecided.
And do you feel like you ever procrastinate?
Definitely. My name is Brenda Downing. I'm a continuing lecturer at Purdue University. I work as an instructor and an advisor for the Academic Success Center. We deal with study skills. My background is I have a bachelor's from Purdue in communication and then a master's in psychology, and I have work experience in psychology teaching.
And did you feel like you ever procrastinate?
Definitely.
I want to interview you
Definitely.
over time management, and like my first question is, do you think time management is a problem many people have?
I do think time management is a challenge for a lot of people, especially students, or when there's a change in someone's schedule and they have to adjust their priorities or reevaluate their priorities, because we're all given the same amount of time. Some people have their priorities aligned and have positive experience and success with managing their time well, and some people, for example, you have a student who maybe comes to Purdue and is interested in engineering because mom and dad said that he should be an engineer. If he's having problems with time management, meaning studying for an exam, but then also expresses some desire to not be an engineer, there's a lot factored into it. It's just not, certainly he'd be capable of managing his time on things that he's interested in, but really the root cause there is that he's interested in something else other than engineering, or there's something going on with the relationship with mom and dad. How well do I manage my time? That's a really good question. Some days really great. Overall, I think I've had success. And then certainly I do have my challenges. Right now I'm having, not anxiety, but looking forward to the holiday season. I have certain traditions I do, and I've already started with shopping and Christmas cards and things like that. So some things I do really well, but there are times I have some time wasters when I'm stressed out, some things that I'm not using my time effectively, and it would be better to go exercise or something like that.
So do you have any like daily routines you follow?
Daily routines I follow. I have recently started checking my email I used to always have access to it, check my phone, check my computer at work, check my computer at my laptop at home and things like that. And I have now started checking it once in the morning, once midday, and then once in the evening, and that's helped. I get a lot of emails, and that's helped manage, not kind of be more proactive rather than responding and interrupting my other routines to always constantly be answering emails.
What does procrastination mean to you?
It means when someone is doing something else when they have planned or should be working on something they've decided that's important to them. Sometimes one might think it's procrastination, but if it's not really important to them, then they're not procrastinating. But basically, if you're planning to study for your bio exam and you're going to start at 3 o'clock so you can get 2 hours in before the 5 o'clock dinner or event or something like that, and so to procrastinate would be to choose not to start at 3 and think that, I'll just stay up later. I think it all later has to. Some more than others. And I think there's some ways to combat that. I don't know if that's your next question.
Did you see it as a problem, or could you see procrastination as a good thing?
I'm not sure I ever see procrastination as a good thing. It might be excellent if a student labels procrastination because they're taking ownership and identifying a challenge that they have. So I think it's a positive thing if someone's recognizing that when they procrastinate, and certainly all students procrastinate. I guess I've never met a student that said they haven't procrastinated. So let's just assume everyone procrastinates. The good in it is I see the labeling of it and the ownership, and hopefully one can get to a point where they say, I want to change it, or I want to decrease my procrastination, and that's the good of it. In and of itself, I don't think it's good.
Recall any negative events because of you procrastinating?
Yes, I remember one specific story in middle school. Well, we had this project due, and I waited literally to the last day in that class when it was due to do the project. And I think I still got most of it done, but it wasn't nearly as good as I could have done because I waited till literally the last second to turn it in, and then it was horrible after that, really.
Do you have any solutions when it comes to managing your time better?
I'd say make a system, a schedule or something you can go by so that I keep you on track instead of just trying to go off the top of the head and do your own thing.
Do you consider
It helps a lot.
solutions to like time management to manage your time better?
Solutions for time management, I think awareness and then setting some goals. So first being aware of how well you manage your time, and then setting a goal. So first, to get to the awareness part, I would come up with tracking your time for a few days and say, okay, I did this for 2 hours, and then at 8 o'clock I did this for 2 hours. And then to come up with a plan and look at it and say, well, I don't know if it's really the best use of time for me to be playing Call of Duty for 5 hours after dinner before I begin my homework. And that takes some honesty and some real assessment. Or if you say, I kind of need that to de-stress, and say, I'm going to try and make it 2 hours. So come up with a plan. Write out the plan, a weekly schedule, and then day by day, stick to that plan. And kind of it takes a constant feedback loop of how am I doing? How did I do today? What should I change? Is it realistic to skip breakfast, or do I really need that time? Or I know I should eat breakfast, but I don't have time for it. I'm going to just have a granola bar on the way to class and save that hour, half hour, whatever it might take. So it's constant feedback on how you're doing.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
This has been a good interview.
Thank you. Thank you.